I do have a lot to cover today, so I am excited to be sharing some information. So let's just go over today's itinerary. Today we are going to talk about some upcoming cosmic events and planetary alignments. So thank you, Jean, for reminding me that I needed to talk about this. It's always good when they come up. We're also going to talk about what is really keeping you from reaching the next stage of your growth and development, and I've got some insights on that. And we're going to talk about some synchronicities that I've been seeing, and we're going to also look at our next group manifesting session if you were so inclined to join us. And then I also want to ask you, what do you want more of? As far as the group, as far as, what do you want to see manifesting in your life? What are your goals? What are your dreams? What's going on? And of course, we're in our time of ascension. And so we need to talk about what does that mean? What does that even look like? So anyway, I want to also mention that if you have any questions, that's what the group is all about. Pose your questions in the group. Let the group answer it too. It's always kind of fun if you're struggling with something. Let somebody help you. Don't feel like you got to do everything on your own all the time. And also, I do want to point out that I have been getting this synchronicity, and it's been so interesting. So I actually brought in the evidence of it today. Okay, so this is my thermometer. Okay, this reads the outside temperature of my house. Okay, I live in Sedona, so is there any possible way that 33 could be the outside temperature? Here we are getting into summer. No, it's more like 95 degrees. All right, but I've been seeing this 33, 33, 33 for the last month. It feels like now it's definitely been really in my face every day. And this number does occasionally change, by the way, so it's not like it's just stuck on this number. Some days it's 34, some days it's 35. It seems like it changes. But 33, the master number, representing the spiritual healer. And so, let me know in the chat if you guys ever get any number symbols or number synchronicities, and if so, what are they? I'm curious. But yeah, for me, the 33 has been really showing up. So that representing the spiritual healer means that it's time for me to step up and take on more of a healing role. As you know, I've been a hand reader for the last 17, 18 years now. And that is, I consider, very, very important information to actually knowing what needs to heal, right? So your hands are the reflection of who you are. They're the mirrors of your soul, and they show you what needs to heal. But then we need to actually go in and heal it, right? So I've been prompted to create this new program called the Diamond Path. It's something I've been working on probably now since December of last year. So over 6 months now I've been working on this, and it's about 95% complete. So that's some exciting news that I want to share. And it's bringing in the number 33 in all aspects. So, people come to me a lot of times and they have a problem, or they're struggling with something and they're not sure how to heal it. Well, that's what the spirit guides have been teaching me, is like, okay, it's time to not just heal it on a surface level, but it's time to start healing things from a multidimensional level. And when you think about polishing up your inner diamond, it's such a great metaphor, because it really represents, like, well, what do we need? Well, we need heat for transformation. And I saw a caterpillar today in my yard which I think was another synchronicity. It's like, okay, here we are all caterpillars, and what are we turning into? Well, we're turning into these butterflies, right? So we are moving towards this amazing transformation, and we're moving into this amazing new way of existing. And to do that, though, we need to get through some of our stuff. So let's talk about the planetary alignments that are happening this week. We've got tomorrow morning. Okay, so tomorrow morning, June 4th, I would encourage you to go out 25 minutes before sunrise, and you will see a whole bunch of planets lined up in a row. We've got Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus, the moon, which is going to be new on Thursday, by the way. We've got Mars, Neptune, and Saturn. So it's like, holy cow, do we have a bunch of stuff lining up? And what does this all mean? Well, we want to look at the conjunction. So there's two very important conjunctions happening this week. Number one is Jupiter and Mercury are going to be within 2 degrees, 2-degree conjunction in Gemini. Okay, so Jupiter is our planet of benevolence. It's our planet of expansion. It's our planet of optimism and hope. And it represents thinking big, right? So we're thinking big, but where are we thinking big? We're thinking big in the smallest planet of Mercury. And Mercury is actually ruled by Gemini, right? Gemini rules in Mercury. So it's a natural place for Mercury to be, is in Gemini. So this is all very positive, okay? So when you think about, okay, what do I want to bring in? I'm focusing on the aspects of communication. So we're bringing in the benevolence and the optimism and the expansion of Jupiter into our communications. So this is about being honest with ourselves. It's about being in trust with the universe. You know, all the things that Mercury brings us, these two things together are looking at our relationships, you know, looking at our closest relationships and maybe looking at what we want to expand into as far as new relationships. What kind of new relationships do you want to have? And what do you want to experience? Okay, so this is all what we're seeing with the Jupiter-Mercury conjunction in Gemini. All right, so there's definitely some huge opportunities for you this week if you really want to take advantage of it. And the second conjunction that we have going on is the Sun is going to conjunct Venus. And this is also in Gemini. It's a 14-degree conjunction in Gemini. So what that means, okay, so the Sun is our, you can think of that like our soul essence, how we show up in the world, how we express ourselves. You know, what is our authentic selves? And when it's coming in conjunction with Venus, it's like, okay, we're tapping into our heart energy, our love energy, our connecting to higher states of love, right? So, and again, in Gemini, this is where communication is. So really developing deeper relationships with people who are important to us and letting each other, when you think of the sun, right? The sun is shining that energy. How do we want to shine and show up in the world? How do we want to share this inner light that is within us outward to the rest of the world? So this is how I look at the Sun conjuncting Venus. So very, very positive aspects that are coming into play. So we have a new moon, like I was saying, coming up on Thursday. this is a great opportunity to think about new things that you want to bring into your awareness, and what is it that you're choosing, right? So I feel like a lot of people don't realize that they are choosing to perpetuate some of their problems, right? So, and why do we do this? Well, it's like they're going to keep showing up until you learn those lessons, right? So I've been getting messages about the breath, right? So we have to breathe in, right? We breathe in our oxygen. This is what everybody wants. It's like, I want more money, I want more abundance, I want more this, more that. You know, that's the breathing in. But they don't realize that if you don't breathe out, in other words, if you don't release what it is that's not serving you in whatever it is that you're trying to bring in, then there's not going to be any room for that, right? There's no room for the oxygen. There's no room for the breath to flow in if we don't breathe out first, right? So there's an ebb and flow to everything. And so we can look at our lives and we can look at our growth patterns in terms of, okay, I can learn to attract something, right? That's the law of attraction. But then we also need to know about the law of releasing. What is it that I need to release in order to have the space for that? And my dog is agreeing with that. So sometimes he gets excited. All right. So, so I meditate just about every single day on all of this stuff. And so a good question for you to ask yourself is, what do I need to release? And I want to actually go through a little invocation with you guys that I meditated on just the other day. All right. So this one actually came in from my higher self, and it wanted me to continue to release all that no longer serves. And you will find the flow of your life increasing. Okay, so we're going to actually do a process with our left Mercury finger. Okay, so this left little finger, this is your portal of healing. And sometimes if you don't know what it is that needs to heal, well, we can still just work through the portal and we can start to loosen it up in our energy field. Okay, so of course you can also see blocks in the hands. You can see challenges that show up. They're going to show up as little horizontal lines. They're going to show up on any of the fingers. They could also show up as challenge lines in the palm, or they could also be a life lesson, which is going to show up in the fingerprints. Okay, so we have a lot of different ways to read blocks and challenges. And it gets kind of complicated, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Instead, we're just going to work on clearing and opening this up within ourselves. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is take your left little finger, your portal of healing, go ahead and just place it right on your heart. Okay, and what this does is this connects us to our own heart energy, connects us also to the cosmic heart energy. Okay, so just hold that there while I read you this invocation. Okay, so first off, just take a deep breath in. Okay, and you can repeat these invocations to yourself. Okay, so left Mercury portal open so that I may access my divine birthright of healing. Anything that is coming forward to be released, dissolved, expunged, and transformed, I welcome and allow you to flow through this portal and return to the cosmic heart now. May it be claimed there and transmuted back to love, back to light, and back to infinite potential now. Thank you, and so it is. All right, so just feel whatever wants to release right now, go through that portal, through your heart, and then back up And what we're going to do is release it simultaneously up through the crown of your head. So feel it going right up from your heart, right up through the crown of your head. And at the same time, feel it going down through your feet. There's 2 points on your feet called the bubbling well points, which is the kidney 1 point in acupuncture. It's right below the ball of the foot in the center. It's called the bubbling well. Okay, so feel it going down through your legs and out through your feet, out through this bubbling well, and feel it wringing out like a towel. Okay, so imagine that a towel is holding too much water and you're wringing it out, right? So you can imagine this, this process of like wringing. Okay, so going up through the crown and then also down through those feet, and then just feel the release, right? And with your exhale, let it go. Okay, now hopefully this will feel good to you when you do this. And it's also kind of interesting just to check in, and you can check in with this little finger, right? We can keep it there on the heart, and we can just check in with our body. It's like, hey, what is releasing right now? You know, what is wishing to be released from my energy field? And then pay attention to the answer that comes in, and just notice what it is, you know. And by the way, if nothing comes to you, or if you're not sure, that's okay too, because maybe it's not that important that you know what it is right now. But this is a process that I was taught by my higher self just the other day, and it's interesting to see what's been coming through in the last few days. I also had another synchronicity show up. I was talking to one of my friends about time, freedom, and how to set up, you know, what is the ideal day, the ideal week, the ideal month? You know, what is it you really want to bring into your life? And what does that actually look like? And this book showed up in my P.O. box, and it was just about that. So it's like, I think the universe is trying to tell me something. So, you know, it's always good to pay attention to those messages. And, you know, if you're not sure, you can always ask the universe, you know, ask the universe, hey, what is it that I need to release? And see what messages come through. And they could come through in the form of a song lyric. They could come in the form of a conversation that somebody is having next to you. You could open up a book and turn to a page and go, oh, this is what it is. You know, there's so many ways to get messages. It's just sometimes we just need to pay attention. Okay, so anyway, that's those are my musings for today. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, yes. So events. Okay. So we do have another magical group manifesting event coming up on Saturday, this Saturday at 4 o'clock Arizona time, which is Pacific time right now, this time of year. And if you are a member of this group, you can, I have a new events page, by the way, on my website. So just go to ascension17.com/events. And I put in a whole calendar of all the stuff that I have going on because I do have a lot of events now that I'm doing. And if you click on the Saturday, it'll show you where you can sign up for the group manifesting. So this is normally a $33 event. And if you haven't taken advantage of the coupon yet, you can use the coupon first-free, and you can actually come in for free. So our last group manifesting was really fun. Everybody had an amazing time. We manifested all kinds of fun stuff together. And it's all about really ramping up our manifestations as a group, because we do have that ability to work together as a group. And we have quantum entanglement. It's been proven in scientific studies that it works. So if there's something that you want to manifest and you want my help, you want some help with the group, this is a great way to do it. And we can talk about it. You know, if you're not sure, you know, I can help you craft an intention. And then definitely Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, you want to create your list of 10 or 11 things that you want to create for the coming month, and make sure that you manifest consciously, right? You want to be a co-creator of your life. You don't want to just be a random, you know, victim of your life. It's so important to create intentions so that you actually know what it is that you're creating. Otherwise, you're just going to be randomly creating from your belief system, which is 95% driven from your subconscious mind and feelings. So if you want to have something new come into your life, well, you better become aware of that and what is blocking it, what is restricting it. Okay, so just go to ascension17.com/events to sign up for this Saturday. And also, I would love to hear during the week, you know, what your new moon intentions are. So you can put that into, you know, a post, you know, do it as a picture maybe. I would definitely love to hear what you guys are creating this month, because we have so much opportunity. I mean, my goodness, you just can't have better planetary alignments than right now. Like, seriously, there's no excuse to not actually start manifesting what it is you want. All right, so as always, I appreciate each and every one of you. If you want to learn more about my Diamond Path program too, I am now ready to, you know, share this with the world. So just reach out to me and we can set up a chat about it. And I'd love to share some more, but we're going to be working with these portals. We're going to be polishing our inner diamond. We're going to be activating our crystalline light bodies. We're going to be working with these very high frequency invocations. We're going to be getting rid of these limiting beliefs, limiting emotions, pretty much anything that is in your way. We're going to push it away so that we can bring in our exalted self. You know, and this is another thing that came up for me this week is what does it look like if I actually was living my exalted self? And I've got some interesting things coming up. I'm not quite ready to share yet, but I will be sharing pretty soon what some of those things look like. So, but it's bigger than even I could possibly think of, and it's sort of interesting how the universe starts to line things up for what you're getting ready for too. So very interesting time we're in right now. I do believe that ascension is super key. You know, we should mention the 7 aspects of ascension. I do post them quite frequently in this group, but let's go over them again really quickly. Number 1 is you have to be open to change, right? If you stay exactly the same, you're going to see exactly the same predictable future, and you're not really going to be growing, right? So you have to be open to change. Number 2, you need to know who you are, because how can you be authentic? How can you grow if you don't even know who you are? And that's where the hands come in. The hands will reflect your soul, your personality, your free will. They tell you everything about who you are on such a deep level. That's one reason why I've been studying hands for so long. We want to neutralize, number 3, neutralize our karma. You know, we're here to become better people, to become nicer, to become kinder, to share love and joy and bliss, right? We are here to do that. And that's the best way to neutralize our karma. And also just being authentic in expressing what did we come here for? Okay, so We're here to learn our lessons, right? That's number 4. What lessons are you learning? Again, it's all over the hands. Your life lesson is in your hands. Your school lesson is in your hands. And what does that look like? And how is it playing out in your life? You know, we're in school, okay? whether you're in school or not, you're in school. We're in Earth school. So learning our lessons is super important, and I hope you know what your lesson is. And we also want to embody our exalted self. Okay, this is something that's been coming up for me. What does that actually look like if we incorporate that life lesson and we turn it into our purpose or part of our purpose? What is the possibility? What is the uncomfortableness or discomfort, I guess you would say? And how can we turn that discomfort into growth? Okay, so that's leading us to new levels of joy, new levels of comfort, and really ramping up what's possible in our lives as far as our purpose. We want to access and embody higher states of love and bliss. So this is our vibration. Okay, we need to be in a love vibration or higher in order to ascend. If we're stuck in fear, if we're stuck in frustration, if we're stuck in, anger, hatred, any of these low vibration feelings, shame, guilt, any of these things keep us stuck. So we have to access higher states of love and bliss in order to ascend. And moving into the realm of creation, right? We can't create from the problem energy. We have to create from the solution energy, and the solution energy is always in love or higher. So, and then of course, the 7th aspect is co-creating with source, asking yourself, what wants to co-create through me? What is in my highest potential today? What is possible for me today? How can I be of service today? These are good questions for you to ask, because as you ask those questions, the universe will respond in kind. It'll always give you something to do. By the way, everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a potential. Everybody is important. Everybody is divine. These are all good things to remember. So yes, you have a purpose. You have something important that you need to do that no one else can do, right? So that's the other thing, is you need to realize is that you have a purpose no one else can do. And you are that special and that important. Okay, so I'm here to remind you. All right, so thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate each and every one of you for being in this group. Please let me know what else you need from me or from the group. This is a co-creation, right? So as members of this group, we can co-create what we want to co-create. Okay, so if there's something that you want to co-create in the group, please let me know what that is so that I can support you. And above all, I wish you infinite abundance each and every day. And I appreciate you for being you. All right, so with that, I am signing off, and I hope to talk to you all again really soon. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day.